Before we introduce our next guest, quick shout out to Emiliano for coming through.
Yeah, man, that was really cool that he took his time to come and hang out with us, and his story was crazy, dude. Like,
he threw us a curveball for sure.
A big curveball, because you stopped in the middle of the interview and I looked right at you. I'm like, wait, what? You're like, wait, what? I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, you're not supposed to collapse like that right away. I mean, you need to bounce back on me.
It's
baby.
only
Let's
because
go.
I felt I think I remember
I'm
focusing
sure you
on
didn't
something
see it.
else. And then when I heard it, I was like, wait a minute, did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, dude. I was totally surprised. And if you want to hear more of that interview, head over to the YouTube channel, Tapped In Media on YouTube. And you got to check out Emiliano's story. And you'll see all what we're talking about. And I think we have it clipped already on our Instagram.
And most importantly, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel.
For sure. And I think it's on the Instagram already, and that'll be tappedin_media, Instagram and TikTok. Head on over there, hit a like, and Emiliano, shout out to him. His project will be also listed in our shared links, because he's doing a lot of good things for guys that are trying to get back into the system, far just, acclimated back to home, and after a long sentencing. More on that on YouTube, right?
For sure. So, moving on to our new guest.
Yes, sir.
Tapping in with us today is someone whose journey is nothing short of incredible. From overcoming some of the toughest obstacles, like losing everything she once had, but through it all, she found her way to sobriety and slowly started to rebuild. She's now a powerhouse, from turning her life around and finding success in real estate to becoming the go-to person for everyday folks and artists alike. She's on a mission to help her people build generational wealth, one home at a time. Please welcome none other than Michelle.
Michelle, welcome to Tapped In Media. Thank you.
And I apologize for stumbling on the toughest. I don't know why I say toughest.
He even had an earlier.
Not even from New York.
I know.
New York.
You had an earlier pre-read. You even couldn't get it right then. I was like, "Come on, man, you got this. I believe in you."
Are you really from New York?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. No, he's just stumbling over his words right now.
Yeah, that's just me. Shut up, dude.
Sorry, I can't help it, man. Michelle, how are you?
Good.
Thank
you for joining us.
Me. I love it.
Yeah,
love the
for
vibe.
sure.
It's gonna be a
Thanks.
great interview. I appreciate you.
No, thanks for coming through. And you're local, so we always ask our guests when they come through, where are you from? Like, where'd you come from?
That's right.
And some people come from pretty far. We've had a few already, and but we were talking earlier, and we already know you're from like around these parts now, right? But
hey, I hang out in Piton once in a while.
oh, okay, that's
see,
cool.
there you go.
That's cool.
I love the local watering hole, the characters. You already know.
Shout out
watering
characters, dude.
I never speak on that, but I love characters. Okay,
That's pretty cool.
Shout out to the local.
Hey, that's a
watering
world famous watering hole. That
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? Like Pomona. If you're from downtown Pomona area, you know where the hell characters at.
If you think about it, that was the one and only bar
for a
in
long
downtown
time.
Pomona for a long time.
Yeah.
because there wasn't much else.
Now they got all these other spots, Cosmos and Fox
All
and
kinds of
V
stuff,
Lounge
yeah.
and everything that's out there
Make
now.
sure to tip your bartenders. I love all the bartenders.
That's right, because you
around
did
here.
some
That's right.
bartending. We found out you were telling us about that too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Just for a quick minute, I liked it, and now that I know how hard it is, you best know I do more than 20%. Okay.
Okay,
All right, damn,
but she's
okay.
got it like that.
Yeah, no
Make sure.
doubt.
But she's earned her way of getting
That's
it.
right.
She's
That's
earned
right,
her
man.
way.
That's a tough one. You're a hustler, and that's why we have a lot about your story, because we were looking into a few things. And then shout out to our manager Renee, the Poet King, for hooking it up. Right.
That's
So
right.
real quick
Renee.
though, I want to thank Renee real fast too before we move any further. Renee and we had a production meeting with Andy Q. Shout out to our director, and of course Rojo was there, and Michelle was at the production meeting too with Renee the Poet King. And big shout out to Renee, man. He gave me a cool ass picture while we were having our meeting with Polly's project,
that's
man.
a very nice picture.
And
man.
I just want to say thanks, Renee, for that. That was really kind, because Polly was a friend of that we all mutually shared, and he still did I know I said it last episode.
You went to high school.
Yeah, I said it last episode, but I gotta do it again, man. The guy was solid. He did a lot, and thanks for that, Renee. I really appreciate it, though. But sorry, I had to get that out of the way real quick.
Absolutely.
That was
Rest
something
easy,
very
Paul,
kind.
man.
Yeah, rest easy, Paul, man. That's crazy. But so, Punker Michelle.
What's going on?
Right, Punker Michelle. I know we asked.
I want to know why the
why
name.
Punker Michelle.
Punker Michelle.
Yeah.
Want to know something funny? It's not even a glorious story. So, I grew up in Whittier. And
Okay.
Then,
Okay.
So that's where you
then
come
I
from.
grew up in Rosemead. And
Okay.
then we moved to Rancho, and that was a major culture shock from SGV to Ranch Cucamonga
To the
in
IE.
the early 2000s. It's really weird.
Yeah,
That's
no
when
doubt.
that's when what next Friday came out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, next
Or
Friday.
next Friday or Friday? Was it a Friday after next? The one in Rancho,
No, it was
remember?
next Friday.
It was next Friday?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Best believe we try to find the house.
No way.
I'm sure you
We're
guys
like,
did.
oh my gosh, next
Did
Friday
you?
was filmed here. Yeah, totally.
No way.
Yeah. But I never found the house. But hey, if anybody knows where that house is,
Let me know.
Yeah, shoot a comment.
I'm sure someone knows.
Yeah, that had to be a culture shock.
Oh, of course it
Big
was.
Time.
Yeah. And was it filmed in Gardena? Yeah. No way.
Oh,
That
now
kills
we
the whole
know.
that's a
story
total
for me.
disappointment right there, dude.
Really?
Is this facts? Ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
ChatGPT right now.
Yeah, man. Hit up Grok about that, dude. What's up with that? You know, when I used to hear about Rancho Cucamonga, I used to think like my dad used to always say like, "Yeah, we're gonna go move to Rancho Cucamonga." I'm like, "Rancho, what the what?" You know what I mean? Like he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "It's growing, and it's probably around the time you moved out there in the 2000s. That had to because there was nothing there, right? Like
Well, I graduated in 05. The 210 wasn't even built yet.
that's
You
right.
graduated in 05?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes
Okay.
me feel very
Yeah.
old.
Oh man.
Why?
You
When
should-
did you graduate?
I think I
99.
feel.
99?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm 95, so yeah,
Were you-
right. Let's
Were you a
go.
rebel?
Oh, hey, does he have that look? He totally does, huh?
He had the Harley Davidson belt buckle.
He has that. He has that Baldwin Park Rebel.
Oh no, he was from
Puro
Baldwin
Rebel
Park.
days, right?
Yup.
Yup. And he's from Baldwin Park.
Yup.
Hey, did you have the bangs, bro?
I did.
You did. So did I.
I did.
What a trip.
Yeah, I had the. Yeah,
Yeah, no doubt.
I
doubt.
had the Harley boots.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I did. I had it all.
I could have sworn you showed me a picture because did you not go take your pictures at the West Covina
Star
Mall?
shots.
Oh my gosh.
With my Oakleys.
Hey,
That's
fun
right.
fact, my cousin was the manager.
No
Oh,
way.
wow.
At the West Covina Star
the
Shots?
West Covina
no
Star
way.
Shots,
My
yes.
sister worked there. That's wild. What a
small world.
That is insane.
And my cousins were from Baldwin Park.
How
Really?
funny.
Yes.
See, so you're a
What
local.
side of Baldwin Park? East side or north side?
That I can't remember because my aunt sold her house and she also moved to the Inland Empire.
Oh damn.
It was
Oh,
weird. Like
damn.
I have like 9 tias, and once one sold and went that direction, they all did. So
Okay, so they
Oh,
all
okay,
followed
okay.
along.
Yeah.
They came through. They're like,
Tú te
there's,
vas para allá, yo
op-
también voy para allá.
there's opportunity.
Chingue su madre, nos vamos para allá también.
Hey, more bigger square footage.
Yeah. Let's go. Plenty
You're
of room
like,
for
there's too many
everybody.
rebels over there.
With short bangs. No doubt, bro.
There was no rebels in Rancho, that's for sure.
I'm sure there
It
was.
was all brand new. It had to be. Dude, that's
Oh my
insane.
God.
That's really cool though. But okay, so did you grow you said you grew up in Whittier, right? Was that most of your childhood out there or was it just, you know,
So I went
few
to
years?
like I lived behind Cal High. I was young. I think we left when I was about 8 or 9. And then I moved to Rosemead. My mom remarried.
All right.
And my stepdad, he owned an automotive paint store called Almani Auto Paints. And they were like the leading automotive paint store. So we ended up moving to Rosemead. And he ended up opening up 3 more locations. And that's when I ended up moving to Rancho. So I grew up more.
Oh.
So
we
they
have-
moved on up.
Yeah.
There you go.
You got the big house.
Hey, keep
Out
up
in
with
the
the
IE.
Joneses.
Yeah,
Keep
That's
up with
right.
the Joneses.
That's what's up. They had to
You
take the
know?
drive. He had to take the drive down Foothill with no 210. You know something about that. I know. This room. I'm pretty sure all this room knows too.
Hold on. From Whittier to Rosemead, that had to also be somewhat of a culture shock because there's
Asians?
the Asians.
Yeah.
True.
You know, there's more Asian stores.
Yeah.
In Whittier, you know, majority Latinos. There is that other side that had, you know, some whites. But in Rosemead, you go to Rosemead, I mean, it is predominantly Asian.
Yeah,
Asian.
mostly. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
still predominantly like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
When I grew up in Whittier, I guess maybe because I was younger, there was majority of Mexican, but I don't know, is it considered East Whittier? I don't know. I live behind Cal High, so I'm not sure. But in Rosemead, that was a little bit of a culture shock, but it didn't shock me the way it did in my teens when I had to move to Rancho
Right.
at
'Cause that
freshman
seemed
year. I was
far.
like, what the heck?
What a
And
change.
there was like so many races.
Yeah.
There
Oh
was
yeah.
a lot of races.
Melting
and,
pot.
yeah,
sure.
you know.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I
Siblings?
do. Yeah, I have an older brother. And he grew up in Whittier and Rosemead, and then he had already graduated. By the time we already moved to Rancho, he was already done with school and stuff.
Oh,
You know,
really?
did his
Oh,
thing.
so it was like not a big deal for
Not a
him.
big
It was like,
deal for
whatever.
him. Yeah, he's
I'll
like,
adjust.
I'm out. Yeah.
I'm cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how weird, that is weird because I remember I couldn't do something like that. I'd just pick up and move and be like, I mean, I was in San Dimas and my dad said that, and I was on Rancho. We ended up moving back to La Puente. I don't know how the hell that worked. Why would we move back? I'm like, knowing now what you know, how big Rancho is.
Right.
And I know we bring it up, because it ties into what you do today. You know, with selling homes and being
knowing the areas.
Yeah, knowing the
Knowing the
area.
neighborhoods?
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting what you do, and we definitely want to talk about that. You know, because it's inspiring what you do for people out there to make it a possible thing. And we'll get a little bit more into
definitely.
that.
Wait,
later
you grew
on.
up in La Puente?
Yeah, Puente, and he grew up in Ballin Park. So
Oh,
yeah.
my sister-in-law grew up in La Puente.
There it is.
See?
Boom.
Off, is it? No, not Amar. Wing Lane.
Oh,
Is there
that's
Wing
it.
Lane?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
There's like
for
a burger
sure.
spot in the corner.
Oh yeah.
That little neighborhood right there.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. I was right there. Amar and what was it? My grandma lived on Amar and Siesta. So
Oh, okay.
right across from Bassett High School.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
I have a lot of
basically-
family that still lives in La Puente.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, I was in La Puente all the time
All the
as a
time?
kid.
I don't
I mean,
go-
it's just a bridge over.
I know.
Right? It's a
I don't go
neighboring
back.
city.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't go back. It's just weird. Once my grandma passed, I was like, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, we're cool,
Yeah.
man. She was there, 68 years? Yeah, so my grandparents were there for like 68 years. They bought like a bunch of stuff for the church, St. Louis of France. They were there before the high school. They were part of the first tracking. It was like crazy. So when they sold their house, we never went back. And that was like a few years ago. And it's, it's a trip. It really does sit. Like, we're like, man, I can't believe I'm coming back to the city. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and the house sold for a lot, considering what my grandparents paid for. They were buying track homes,
Yeah.
$90K, $80K, and my grandfather was out of the Navy,
Oh,
so
man.
he was like, he got a total like,
Hey, they bought a
discount.
home and just all they had to do is do a handshake, huh?
Yes,
Back in the
back
day.
then, they don't do that now. That's for
They
damn
don't-
sure.
So for you, aside from dealing with some of the racist folks in Rancho, what? I mean,
Hey,
just
wait,
group.
what did he say? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, you heard it.
I mean, that's what she said, right? That
Yeah.
she had.
Oh,
there was
many
racist.
racists.
Huh?
Many racists.
Many
Many
racist.
No, but no racist.
Oh, you try to flip
Racist,
that, bro.
yeah.
I see you.
Oh, you said racist.
Yeah, there was a lot of racists.
Hey, I heard wrong. I stand corrected. Many
There was
racists.
no racist.
Many racists.
Oh man.
Although I did hear back then Rancho was a little
I'm sure it was.
racist just because there wasn't
Was a
that
lot of
many
people out
I
there.
heard
Latinos going out
Fontana
that way.
was. I heard Fontana was. That's why they call
Probably.
it Fontana.
Oh, there is a history of that for
Yeah.
sure.
Probably, I don't know.
No,
I don't know
there
much
there
about
is. There's
Fontana's
there's a
history.
big
Yeah.
thing about it over there.
But growing up over there, I mean, like you said, there was a culture shock. You graduated from Rancho, or
Yeah, I graduated from Los Osos High School.
Oh, wow.
So when I moved, they were already expanding, so I had to go to Etowanda High for a little bit, and then I went to Los Osos. So I went to Rosemead High, then I had to go to Etowanda, and then I went to
you
Los
went to
Osos.
some really nice schools in
Yeah.
Los Osos and
Yeah.
Etowanda.
Yeah, we
That's
were
not a
the
bad
first
thing.
graduating class, so it was a little boring. There was not too many people there, So
Yeah. That's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, those schools are good, man. Even till this day, and they stay on top of it out there too. Those
They really
districts,
do.
everything's really
Yeah.
nice out there still.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for now, that place is going like crazy out there.
So then, after graduating, what was your next thing that you ended up doing? Did you stay in Rancho, or did you
So
did you
I
go to
ended
college?
Yeah, I got my associates at Chaffee College, and then I
Right
was
on.
That's
gonna.
where I go.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I went
And-
there too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
At
That's-
the main campus?
Yeah, the main campus. Yeah, on
Ah,
Chaffee.
Right
Yep,
there.
Right there.
On
Yeah.
Heedman?
Yep. Right
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yep. for
Rancho.
sure.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, man.
And I got my associates there like 2011, and then I was thinking about being an RN, and I was just over it. So I ended up staying. Man, I'm taking me back. I'm like, what was my first job? I had like numerous jobs trying to go to school full time and everything.
Well, yeah, you're
Generally
a
all.
starving student.
Right, but
We are.
mainly I worked for our business. So when my mom remarried, my stepdad had that automotive paint store called Almani Auto Paints. So if anybody from back in the day, everybody bought their paint there.
Oh, capital. That. Yeah.
All like just anybody who was anybody always used Almani Auto Paints. So it was
For their
such a-
lowriders or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
it was a really busy location, and then they expanded. So it was like my uncle Bullet, my stepdad. They were really busy, and they let me work there for a few years, and then I was going to Chaffee, and then I was like, you know what, I'm over this, and I started working for Nordstrom's, then Irvine Company, and then I ended up getting my real estate license.
Really?
Oh, so you got your real estate license way back.
9 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 years ago.
What made you decide to go and do something like that instead of stick around and do family business and stuff?
Because I was already in sales like most of my life, so I was like, you know what, when I was doing property management, I was like, this is kind of easy, just helping people get into their units. And I was like, maybe I should just do the extra step and just get my real estate license.
Oh,
so I
that's
did
cool.
that, yeah. And then it took off from there. I
So
enjoyed
you weren't-
real estate.
Yeah, you enjoyed doing it, but
Yeah.
there was no plan to do something like that. It just kind of came about, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna try this out.
Yeah, it kind of just
Yeah.
came about, yeah.
On a whim.
Because I'm the last person that looks like a realtor.
Well, I mean, times are changing, so I would say well, that's pretty common these days, right? But
Yeah,
I
that's true.
guess you would
People
know more.
are more open. They're
Yeah,
not as
oh, yeah.
judgmental as they used to be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That judgmental era, they're retired.
Or
yeah.
they're retiring
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
When you first started your real estate journey, I mean, how quick were you able to sell your first house, or did it take you time?
You know what? It was rather quickly, just because it was family, and then it was a close friend. So my family, they were in education, and they wanted to buy, actually. And then my friend, she wanted to move from La Puente. Speaking of La Puente,
People want to get out of there.
She lived off of Baldwin Park on the 10.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Exit
that's it.
Baldwin
Baldwin
Park,
Park
you make a
Boulevard.
left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they lived there, and then they bought a beautiful home in the Inland Empire, Rancho Fontana area,
There
with
you
a
go.
pool and everything. They saved and everything. But yeah, those were my first clients.
Okay.
And I'm mainly referral based. So after that, I just
You never
expanded.
forget the first client though, right? When you first got your your first sale,
Yeah.
your first everything, right?
It was awesome.
That's
yeah,
pretty
it's
cool.
a great experience.
Do you keep in contact with them till now?
Absolutely.
That's cool. It's good customer
Absolutely,
service.
Yeah.
See, that is good sales.
Yeah.
That is good sales.
Those are my friends. Those are my homies for life. I mean, these friends, that I sold to, we used to go to backyard gigs together. I was
Nice.
heavy in the punk scene. My brother was in
Okay.
a punk band, so all that
He
SGV.
was in a
Yeah, like all the SGV punks, it'd be a lot of backyard gigs. That was the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
They
know
still
me
do
from
stuff.
way back.
They do stuff like that till this day in Azusa. I saw them do a punk rock show recently.
Really?
Yeah, and it looks awesome, man.
That's
I'm like, it
awesome.
just looks like like that backyard punk
Yeah,
rock show, which
yeah,
I
yeah.
like. And so is that how you got into the punker, Michelle?
You know what? Actually, my brother, he was in a punk band. When my brother went to Rosemead High School, he was in a punk band with people we grew up with.
What was the name
in
of the
city.
band?
Oh my God.
You don't know your brother's band?
Okay, so
She's like, I don't know, but the shows were a lot of fun.
no, the one that he was in the longest I do, because my best friend who does sound for punk shows, they were in the band together. So that one was called Threatening Verse.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were from honestly, people were from La Puente, then Covina, and my brother's from Rosemead. So
Okay.
they expanded for a long time. They were even interviewed I think on Thrasher magazine way back when.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dang, a little Thrasher
Hell
shout
yeah.
out right there. Okay.
Yeah.
And then but I can't remember. Oh no, it was called Renegade Youth.
Renegade.
Oh,
It was
there
just
we
a
go.
little high school punk band, and they did backyard
Yeah,
gigs.
yeah,
It was really fun.
Do you still listen to punk rock now?
Absolutely.
That's what's up. That's what I like to hear.
That's
Because
right.
some
Yeah, matter
people
of
think
fact-
they can't listen to punk rock after they go away from it, and that trips me out too. Because I listen to punk rock still too,
Yeah.
and it's like, what? I mean, but I love that stuff still. Like the live element of it.
Yeah,
That's pretty
absolutely.
cool. Punker Michelle.
Yeah.
That's
Punker
awesome.
Michelle. I mean, so I do want to kind of backtrack a little bit, because I know that there was some obstacles that you went through. There was some, things that would happen in your life. So
Yeah.
I do want to
Yeah.
get into that.
Welcome back, guys. Tapped In Media. I'm Russ. He's Rojo. We're hanging out with Punker Michelle,
That's
right?
right.
Punker Michelle. Thank you so much, Michelle, for hanging out. And
Absolutely.
we really appreciate you coming through. And we know that
Check 1, 2.
check one. Oh, there we go. Now you got it right.
doing
See,
a mic
I know she's still checking her mic, bro.
I love it.
You're coming right
Hey,
there.
I've
You
always
get-
wanted to say that.
yeah, there you go. She's
come
all
on stage.
stoked about it too. I like
I know.
it.
It's cool.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that you have to go through. We know that you got your license, but tell us a little bit more about your obstacles that you had, your struggles coming up, as
Yeah,
far
because you
as
mentioned you dealt with depression, and then there was some losses in your life.
right.
Yeah.
Let's hear. We want to hear a little bit more about it. If you don't mind sharing with us. I mean, that's kind of we usually talk to people right around now.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about you.
Yeah. What's up with the dark side?
Yeah.
Things that everybody
pretty
has been through, right?
Right.
Know? And then just around the times that I grew up, we were latchkey kids, and that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But back
Yeah.
then, like,
Yeah.
your parents worked and you were just by yourself. It was just me and my brother. And I think we had a nanny for like a short period of time. And then we had a home invasion happen to us. And after that, we never saw her again.
Wait a
She
minute.
was
Wow.
shook.
A home invasion where?
So one thing, which shout out to my brother, because he was really one that really raised me, when I
Really?
was younger. And my mom totally gives it to him. She's like, you know what, he was always there for you, And me and my brother were close. He's a family man and he does his own thing. But shout out to him. But just a home invasion happened when we were younger. We had a nanny. It's not funny, but it was just crazy because she was so shook we never
Oh
saw
my
her again.
God.
So the
Yeah.
home
She was-
invasion happened at another house.
It happened when I lived in Whittier.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
so maybe that's why you guys got out of Whittier.
No,
No?
my mom remarried. Like when my mom remarried, she was just ready for a new chapter. A different scenery. She was over Whittier.
Wow.
And
What
not
happened?
until I was an adult that I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? That woman wanted just to move on and have a different chapter.
Yeah.
Can't blame her,
Yeah. Well, it's got to change it up sometimes.
right?
Hey.
Leaving that one alone, man.
I get you. That was different for me, but
I know. Yeah, I know that.
But so, with you, obviously, so you didn't have any issues with your mom remarrying. You weren't like attached in any way to your father, because some of us, even like myself, even though my mom and my dad were the worst type of like marriage you can think of,
Yeah.
there was still that where if I saw my mom with anyone, it was, I would do anything to disrupt that particular relationship.
You know what? I wasn't that accepting because I was just so used to just really being a latchkey kid. And then, somebody comes in and it just feels foreign, to have an adult in the house and you're like, oh, shoot, now I have, both parents.
Right.
Because I was just used to my mom and then my mom was never home, and then you have somebody step in. Not until you get older, then you respect that. You're like, oh, you know what? This person is amazing and he does love us,
Right.
And then you see a different side of life, that somebody does love you.
Yeah.
This
You know,
was your
they care for
stepdad.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
Is your
I-
dad?
That's
Where was your dad? Was he around?
No, so my dad, he went back to Sinaloa. So he was from Sinaloa, and then when he moved down here, he lived in Pico Rivera. So he just got into some trouble, and just had to go back. Plus
Right.
he didn't like it here. Once
okay.
once you have like a different lifestyle, I feel like that's kind of one of
Yeah.
the reasons why he left. Among other things. But he passed away, and I always want to remember him for the positive things that I saw in him.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
when did he pass away?
He passed away. Gosh, I think it was either 4, going on 5 years ago.
Pretty fresh.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you think so?
I think so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still fresh.
Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. When I was really close to my dad, and when I would say like the 5-year mark, I guess I would be like, it's still kind of like fresh because you just remember everything and how it all went down.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
was a tight one. My dad was my best friend, so like it was one of those things where I didn't realize that until I was an adult. You know what I mean? Now, and yeah, when you think 5 years, it is pretty fresh. Like it's kind of new. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering the fact that I lost my dad in 97. So, and I was
Yeah, that-
15.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, that's always
So
tough.
for 5 years, to me, yeah, that's still,
Did-
me, that's fresh.
Did it affect you like in any way, like depression or like I mean?
I think we never were a loving a family, but you notice that in a Mexican culture, you don't talk about your feelings.
Yep.
You need to brush things off. That's just kind of like how we lived.
Yeah.
If you cried, they'll tell you you want something to cry,
Cry
about.
about.
Yeah.
You
There it
know?
is. Yeah, sounds
What's
about
another thing?
sounds
What's
about
another
right.
thing? Right?
That sounds about right.
And so when my dad passed, I was really into my career, trying to be successful, being a realtor, always putting the client first. And, when my dad passed, I really wish that they would have told me in a respectable way, but I was, out in the fields. Being out in the field is like you're showing homes. I was showing homes, and I'm talking to my client, and it was she was a single parent. All she could afford is adelanto, and she didn't like the area. And we're doing an inspection, and
I wouldn't like that area either.
Yeah. A lot of people moving out there though. It's crazy.
Now a lot of people are moving out there. And she was just saying like how she got really emotional, and I was giving her my undivided attention. My phone is going off, and I'm really trying to concentrate. And I'm telling her, talking to her. And I just, when you do like a quick glance, and then somebody had texted, your dad died. And I put it back in my back. I read it. I put it back in my pocket, and I stayed listening to her. And so I was able to not budge on it until I got in my car.
Right.
That must have been...
That had to be hard.
Because I'm sure that as you're listening to this lady, your mind is somewhere else now. Your mind is on your dad. Like, what is this for real?
Yeah.
No
My
doubt.
dad passed?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can only imagine, like, you're looking at somebody.
Yeah, and you're over here trying to sell a house.
Yeah, but your mind is on this text right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And then for you to put that phone down just so that you can still be able to help this lady out.
That was tough. I gotta say that was a little tough for me.
Yeah.
I just talk about putting yourself last, and that's something I learned. I will never do that again.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So it was a humbling moment too, like a just perspective, like when that happened.
You know what? I don't even know what to think of that situation, because it really disappointed me of how I found out about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry that you had to hear it that way. That is tough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how I would know how to react. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know my reactions already on other things, but in regards to something
So deep.
so like, that is, some it's not just, a text is like, what the hell did I just see?
Yeah.
Like it's
For me, it's similar, but we didn't have phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15.
pager.
There was a note on my door and said, "Ve con tu tía." And so I go across the street and I'm holding this note still. And then that's when I see my family and my cousin come up to me. Straight up, "How you doing? How was school?" "Good." "Hey, bro, your dad died."
Oh.
Looking at him, what the fuck? All right, cool. Like, you just tell me that in that manner. So I kind of get like seeing the text, and then you're just kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Is this for real?
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah, that's really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, my experience is a lot different. I'll share that another time because I'm super emotional about it still. Like it's just something I get into. Like one of those things where I'm just like I rarely talk to him about things, and we talk off topic all the time. But losing a parent or a child is probably one of the hardest things, and and a spouse too. And we talked to Lisette not too long ago. And she went through a lot, in regards to that recently. And her story was, it was like, I couldn't, it's hard to share those kind of things. But, good for you at least for getting it out there, because sometimes it's best just to,
let it out.
Yeah, it changed me.
Yeah. For the better, right?
Yeah, I would say for the better, but it also, I think it shook me to know that people they don't have any, what's the word, like, it's
filters or
just like
mannerisms and
how do I say? I don't want to cuss.
Go for it.
Go for it.
No, I know, but I personally don't want to cuss
you
anymore.
Personally. Oh, okay. She's like, I don't want to be like you clowns.
Like, they don't have any regard to how you're gonna feel by getting a message like that. Like, people don't give up.
Yeah.
Right.
They
The
don't
value
care.
of life.
They don't care about how that's gonna change you.
I see what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a life-changing moment.
There was no, like they couldn't empathize, I guess.
There you go.
Even,
Yeah, empathy.
that's-
That's
if that's
empathy
the
for
word,
sure. That's empathy.
if that's
Yeah,
the word.
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
to understand, or at least,
Andy.
have the audacity to understand, like, dude, you're sending this person a text about her father passing.
I know.
That is the worst thing you can go and do.
Possibly
Yeah.
do. Yeah,
Eh,
that's
yeah.
true. It's just being,
Yeah.
there's no human feel to that. That's
Yeah.
humanity.
Common sense.
Yeah.
Working for the coroner's office, working for a mortuary, it was the hardest thing to do.
I remember you were telling us that too.
It's
That's got to
hard to
be.
explain, and you have to have some type of sympathy towards the person.
Yeah.
You gotta be there for them. You gotta
Yeah.
be there for them as much as you can.
So
Yeah.
Renee was you did we worked in a mortuary for
I
a
worked for
while.
a mortuary and I worked for the LA County Coroner's Office. So again, you have to have some
Wow.
kind of human decency. You've got to understand that people are it's going to be an emotional state, and you have to have compassion.
For sure.
That's the biggest
There you
thing.
go.
So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
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 Sorry to hear that. That's definitely a tough way to take something, especially being about your father. And
How close were you with your father?
You know what? For me, and this is where it goes to where you're raised by a different generation, right? The generation before us, or what is it, like baby boomers, or
So there's
Yeah.
the baby
Oh my
movers,
God.
and then there's Gen X.
and how and how baby boomers were raised by their generation prior, so
Right.
they're different on how they raised us,
oh yeah, without a doubt.
Absolutely. So what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Oh, I said
'Cause
how?
was about to-
No, it's all good.
It's all good.
Come on,
Were you
clip that
close?
out.
Were you close? Were you close to your father?
I would like to think so. And my dad, he was, I remember like growing up, everybody's dad looked like a regular dad, but my dad was like, he wore the snakeskin boots, the belt buckle,
Yeah.
like
All right.
ranchero, silky shirt,
Going
gold
for it.
chain. You
Yeah,
know what
my
I'm saying?
dad.
Like,
My dad never changed his style as far as like the norteño, because he played music too.
Oh,
But
yeah?
his style was boots and those shiny like slacks that they wear, is the norteño, like the
Oh, okay.
Grupo Norteño, like
Oh,
Ramon
okay.
Ayala, those pants.
Yeah.
That's what he would wear.
yeah. Yeah.
The only time that I saw him differently was when he was in prison.
Oh,
That's when
really?
he would wear the jeans.
He had
Yeah.
his own style.
Yeah.
know
So
what I mean?
you
What is
know,
it, like a caballero? Like a caballero, right?
Yeah, I
Is that-
guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You
I
know?
mean,
yeah, he always had his tejana.
Yeah, his tejana.
That was his thing.
My dad wore his tejana. I think I saw like maybe on my birthday when I was like, 4, I saw he wore his like Reeboks, whatever was
Yeah.
in, like he was wearing it, the striped shirt. Like I remember I saw like an episode of Narcos and I was like, oh my gosh, that's how my dad used to wear it. If he wasn't wearing like his tejana and stuff,
Yeah.
it was that kind of, the collared shirt, jeans, and the, some Nikes or, that
Yeah.
old school look. But I would like to say that I was close to my dad, as close as I could be,
Okay.
So when he moved, he would call me from time to time, and I always embraced his calls.
he was
know?
proud of you, right?
It didn't in
You
any
know?
way like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys talked a lot about that.
Absolutely. He always admired me.
That's cool.
That's
and you know
cool.
what? I think that's why I have nothing bad to say about him, because I think he has to be the only person that not once has he ever downplayed me, criticized me, bullied me. He really loved me,
he
On
really
that-
showed his respect for his daughter.
Yeah. But I mean, ask other people and they're just like, dude, he was never there for you. He never even bought you McDonald's, like
the thing
in
is,
that
the
sense.
thing is that they'll never understand the type of
Relationship.
love and relationship that you had with him, because he at least showed his genuine love towards you. Unlike these other people that are probably just talking their shit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
because people are just gonna do that either way.
And some people are just protective. They're just want to,
True.
they get like,
Very
Yeah.
and that's understandable. I would never criticize somebody for being critical of somebody. I guess they have their reasons.
yeah, and I get that part too. I mean, because like again with my dad was not particularly around as a father should have been. He was an alcoholic, and then aside from that, when he wasn't with the group with his brothers, he was gone a lot. They would travel. And when he would come back, it wasn't like he was, hey, I'm gonna hang out with my son type of thing. It was
He was out partying.
he was out partying
Yeah.
or drinking. But there's significant thing that I had where I felt like I know he still loved me, and he tried to show me that love.
Yeah.
But because he was so stuck, like his world was drinking. That was the most important thing to him. So in a sense, it's like, did he really care for you? But I mean, I truly think he did.
Yeah.
We were talking a
Yeah,
little bit
absolutely.
beforehand about your sobriety days, right?
Yeah.
Because you brought up drinking, and I thought about it right now. And how long you been sober now? I think you were telling us before.
I'm 7 months now.
That's
But
really
at some
good.
point, you
it was
were at
longer.
200 and what?
No, that's the days.
Right
Yeah,
now.
no, it's around that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I would have been longer, and I restarted on New Year's. But yeah, no, I really feel that, you know, when you get drunk, I mean, now being sober, when I see people get drunk, I'm like, you know, certain people, I'm
different.
like, oh
Different.
my gosh, I hope I wasn't like that. No, I was.
You probably were. I was saying, like, you probably were.
No, that was me.
What, was there a reason for you to go
Yeah.
sober?
You know what? I think losing my dad, it resurfaced other things. And it's not that I'm, I don't even feel, I don't feel weak-minded about it, but I could really get caught up in my own head, whether it's old trauma or the way I lost my dad and just other things that I had tucked in and then they resurface when you drink. I don't want to think those thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, I want to overcome them.
Alcohol
And
would
heal
do that.
heal my inner self and not have to worry. And so I was like, you know what? Alcohol is just not for me. I'm not that fun person. It takes me to a dark place. So I just need to X that out. And I did.
But you
Without a doubt, I did.
and you bartended for a while, so wow, that has to be really hard. Surrounded by alcohol and
sober bartender.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
definitely a sober bartender. You know, they have the 0 alcohol beers.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still even trying not to drink those, but they're useful, you know, especially being a bartender and somebody's asking you like, hey, would you like a drink?
Buy
And I'm
you a
like,
drink,
yeah,
yeah.
sure. And I get a 0 alcohol or I, drink something else or whatever. Do you
Yeah.
mind if I get this? You know,
No, but was your drinking a daily habit, or was it just more of like on the weekends, but the fact that you would just get plastered?
no, not at all. It wasn't even a habit at all.
Okay.
I just knew that every time I drank and I was just getting into a place of just, it's like it happened all over again.
I get
just
you.
that rubber ball,
Yeah.
in your stomach,
Oh,
when
yeah.
something I hate that feeling. And I can get that feeling even sober. So once in a while, it'll just hit me like out of nowhere. Grief just hits you out of nowhere. There's,
Oh yeah.
and it's up to you to control it.
And is that what was causing your depression, or
Absolutely.
was depression from something
no,
else?
100%. 100%. And you know what's crazy is that I'm naturally a happy person. I've never even had to experience even like going through traumatic
You seem
things.
very bubbly.
Or, you
Even
know?
like when we met you yesterday, it's like just
Right?
laughing the whole time.
Talking,
Thanks. So the depression came, recently, maybe in the last couple of years. And I think the passing of my dad it made everything resurface. And I was like, this is not who I am. This is not who I am. What could I
Yeah.
do to help myself? Because nobody is there to support you. Yeah, maybe other people have support. I really didn't have it. That's okay. It's not like some people need to support you.
Yeah.
I've had maybe 1 or 2 friends, be there, but it's just like, how can I help myself to not be a burden for the external? you
Yeah.
know? And I did, I got sober, I've even done therapy. I love my therapist.
That's
had
cool.
her for a couple years, which somebody in real estate referred me, my brokers. And honestly, she really changed my life. To be honest, she really impacted my life. 100%. Yeah. And I used to think like, I wouldn't need something like that. No, I don't think I would be the same person without her. So shout out to Connie.
Your therapist, right? Yeah, big shout out, Connie.
shout
Way
out
to
Connie.
go,
Right?
man.
So I want to get a little bit into the fact that I know you had mentioned when we spoke on, you mentioned that at some point you had lost basically everything. When
I
you
would
say everything,
Yeah.
what do you?
Man, I would say I've lost everything a couple times, being 38. I've been through my ups and downs, let me tell you.
Again, throwing
you
her
know?
age because to make us
know.
feel old.
We didn't even, I know, right? We didn't even ask, and she just threw it out there for us. Thanks.
1986 right here.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez,
man.
wow. Yeah, okay, we're old. We get it.
Any more jabs? Let's
Yeah, you want
get back to the story now.
That's what's up.
Just like everybody else, I've had my ups and downs, whether it's, making large amounts of money and trying to invest and doing bad investments. You know, people have done that a couple times. And I remember when I lost everything, my broker was like, trust me, we've lost everything too and how to build back up. It's just part of the game and you have to be wiser with your money. You know, I saved enough to try to invest and flip homes. And then I got careless and I was like, you know what, I'm going to make this money again. It's no big deal. The market shifted and then everybody wanted to wait for the election. And that really effed me up big time. So it was just like losing my apartment, eviction notice, and packing up, nowhere to go.
Whoa.
I mean, people didn't even know how I struggled. Nobody even asked, which it's, like I said, that's okay. I ain't even tripping on that. Honestly, it made me a lot stronger, like thick skin.
Yeah,
in a positive way.
It helped you build up more.
100%. Nobody. I'll never forget. I freaking sold stuff, gave stuff away, empty apartment. I was sitting there and I was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this, man? All my shit's gone. I sold everything. Man, that's
I'll scary.
Never forget. Yeah,
and
time.
Do you have a backup plan now as a realtor, knowing that markets can shift right now again?
Just like any adult, you just have to save money and save your ass and make sure you have like 6 months worth of reserves. If anything, I always suggest like 8 to 10, but that's even hard to do already.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, save your money and protect yourself,
That is so hard to do though.
When the
economy is like all over the place. Everything's expensive, gas and stuff like that. So it's just so tough. What do you tell your customers, like what the numbers that they got to get down to? Like,
my clients, depending on whether they're blue collar workers, entrepreneurs, tattoo artists, business owners, whatever. It seems like my clients are smart and wise enough that 99% of the time when they come to me, they've always protected themselves. They already have the money saved, and if their credit score is a little low, I teach them how to make it go back up. And, these people are ready. Some people have come to me and they're like, man, I don't know where to go, what to do. And I heard you're the go-to, and, one client leads to another.
Guess what? She's our go-to.
That's right. She's our go-to. I was going to tell you that right now, too. I know. I was like, yo, we got to remember that. You know what I mean?
That's the first thing I thought about.
That's right. Yeah, because, we'll be looking for something soon. That's for sure.
That's right.
Because that is scary, because when I found out you were a realtor, I did a little bit of research. And in the crash that happened before, there was, 9 million people lost their house. This is like fact stuff.
2008.
2008.
2008 was
rough.
rough.
I can't help but think, how they always say it kind of reoccurs. Not exactly, history doesn't exactly repeat itself, but it's so shaky.
Similarities.
Like there's similarities to it now, and then you hear it's up, you hear it's down, you hear it's up, you hear it's down. But it sounds like you're doing pretty good when we don't hear like nothing's pretty down.
Well, it was down. It was down I would say about a year ago, it was kind of shaky. For everybody, even just people that own businesses, they were like, man, if people are saying they're busy, they're lying to you. Everybody is struggling, and it was true because I was struggling myself. I know when I'm struggling, everybody's struggling, because that's the market, the economy. What do people do?
You work off the same market they are.
Absolutely, 100%.
I get what you're saying.
But, business is good. I love all my clients, they're just amazing people. I relate to them, and, they're referred to me by past clients. Or they get me from social media. I love it.
I checked out your Zillow profile.
Oh my God!
You know how I do. I kind of tapped in me. I'm tapped in me. I find things where people are like, wait, what? Like you found what? I'm like, that's
hilarious.
Right. Yeah. So I checked out your Zillow profile. That'll be Zillow.com. Michelle Montoya Homes.
Okay.
So you have a ton of listings there. And it says your price range about 130,000 to 1 mil. Looks like you got 5 stars, 16 reviews. 16 people actually gave you a really
That's
good
not
review.
a bad.
What's crazy is I stopped asking for reviews. It's like a typical thing, like a realtor, which it's not a bad thing. Like I said, hey, make sure you give me a review, and I just stopped doing it.
Really?
So, yeah, but I've always gotten awesome reviews, and I appreciate
That's
that.
good.
I saw you have a ton of stuff out there, and I'm, professionally, right? And then you still got your contact. Everything is still up there.
You could move to Barstow. She's got a house up for
I'm
sale.
moving to Barstow, man. Damn. I'd rather live in Pomona than go to Barstow. Jeez.
Same here.
Kind of noticed that.
Yeah, man. Like, I ain't going to Barstow, man. Damn.
Let's take over.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, Mr. Gated Community.
Calm down. That's all brand new.
I know it's brand new.
It's all new. We're just starting off right now. But being a realtor, I mean, and what you're doing, tell us a couple of clients that you worked for before, because we did talk about Rancid you were talking about, I think, earlier.
Well, not Rancid, the band. I thought that's what it was.
No, he was never a client. You're talking about somebody who did a real estate design for me.
Yeah.
No.
However, she did work, or she did help one of Jake Paul's
tattoo artists.
Yeah, Drew. Drew's from Orange County. He's actually doing a grand opening. Shout out to Drew.
Shout out to Drew.
Yeah, he's actually doing a grand opening for his tattoo shop in Orange County. It's so
that's
funny
what's up.
because you know, a lot of the tattoo artists I've ever helped were from, you know, the LA area. Honestly, it took just one of my friends, and then he referred me to another artist, and then it took off from there. So it was like, you know, honestly, shout out to, you know, my homie Gato from Uptown Whittier. Thank you, Gato, for that one referral, and then
Shout
it took
out
off.
Gato.
Yeah, and you know, he referred me to who's a really great friend of mine, Chente Rios from Under the Gun. You know, once, you know, he referred me a lot of clients, you know, also. So, you know, after
So you've
that, it trickled
had
down
some good friends, solid friends that have, you know, been there for you to link
a
you
referral
up.
base. Yeah, because I got anywhere from like Fred Flores, who's also an amazing artist, you know, Mitch, just quite a few.
Is this
you know.
becoming by referral now?
Yeah, or they reach out to me from Instagram. A lot of tattoo artists reach out through Instagram.
So your rebuild, you know, from losing everything, your rebuild, how did that happen though? That's,
you know what? Just getting started from real estate again. Just like any other, like you own a business, it's the same
pick right back
for a
up.
realtor. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And you know what? Whether I can't, you know, I'm like, I hang out with, you know, my own personal friends. There's a lot of people who hang out with, you know, their, you know, people who are in the same career. I don't, but I never knock a realtor. This is such a hard, you know, it's a hard career, you know, so I give it to anybody. I would never knock a realtor. That's
The competition's
for sure.
crazy.
It doesn't even matter. I honestly don't see people as competition. I don't really care.
there's
you know?
it's such a big market for
Yeah.
everybody
It's
to
saturated.
have. Yeah.
Super saturated. But I mean, give up to all my realtors, you know, that's what's up, you know, just do your thing.
I
know?
had a question for you, because, you know, obviously back then, years back, the real estate game was predominantly, you know, owned by men.
White men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but how is it now especially for women? Because I now see a lot of real estate women in the game.
There is a lot of women. Actually, I feel like we are really taking over, because even just
Honestly, I think so too.
No, absolutely. You know, there's a lot of women. There's a lot of men. I mean, it's changed from what it was like even 4 decades ago, where it was just like, you know, a white older man. And now, actually, there's more Latinos being realtors than any other race. I mean, look at how time changes everything.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I think especially now with even like for our generation, even though we weren't shown like how to save money, finance, all that. Well, at least on my end, we weren't shown a lot of that. But as we grew up and we saw, you know, like, okay, we need to save. And I think they realized, you know what, getting into things like real estate, it's like, okay, that's when we can make the money, save money, and grow our money by buying property.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's, again, it goes with like us not being shown that. We had to learn that, and now we teach it to the next generation, like my
I think
kids.
we're teaching it now, and
Exactly.
especially like if you have a realtor that's really for the people, they're gonna show you how to keep your property and what are the things to do. You know, I mean, it just depends whether you're, you know, a business owner or you should open an LLC. The right realtor will guide you in the right direction on doing those things and protecting your property, or, you know, showing you how to not have your family lose their property. There's just so much knowledge that we have that we're willing to share, you know. Just me as a realtor, I'm willing to share any kind of knowledge, you know, with how to protect your family, your grandparents, what to do when they pass.
That goes back to
Did
the
they have a
generational
trust?
wealth.
Absolutely. No, 100%. How to keep the home, anything. There's all kinds of stuff, You know, because
I regret not going after my real estate license, and I had bought. I
I
had paid
remember
for
you saying
the. I had paid for the whole course and everything. I just got lazy. It was during the
Yeah.
pandemic.
yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna sit on my ass and drink.
And vacation.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Rojo life.
The Rojo life.
as they
Yeah.
called it. But you
Yeah.
know, there's still thoughts in my head because I was a wholesaler.
Uh-huh.
I was a wholesaler for a private
Oh.
investor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I did that for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
But you know, my job was getting in the way, and then it got to a point where it just diminished, and I just couldn't do it no more.
Yeah.
Plus, I wasn't making any money because I have to,
Yeah.
you know, be the middleman to try to make that
Yeah.
that sale,
Yeah.
so that the private investor would be like, okay, cool, we'll buy it.
Yeah.
And that never happened.
Yeah. No, in real estate, you know, everybody's different, but for me, it's not about the sale. It's about my people.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's just me keeping it real. I'm always about my client. You know, I keep
I mean,
it
if you have
100.
repeat business, that says a lot.
Yeah.
It speaks
Yeah.
volumes.
No,
you know?
100%.
So
You know, and I try to make sure that, you know, if I advertise anything or show like a closing, it's genuine. You know, all my clients, that it's genuine. I become friends with them. You know, I love being a real estate agent.
So what's your goal now as a real estate agent?
You know what? I really hope that, you know, I don't have to continue helping buy and selling and just invest, be an
Invest.
investor and flip homes and
Yeah.
do some different kind of things. And
And
open
we can
up other
partner up.
business, you know?
there you go. We'll go follow you
and
around.
open up other businesses, you know? I mean, soon, you know, just doing that, I give myself, you know, some time and then, you know, have a mentor to help me. And, you know, I have some goals in place.
Okay.
And I really look forward to those goals.
Any advice to those, particularly women, young women that are trying to maybe look into real estate?
Look into, well, I mean, if you want to get your real estate license, get your real estate license, you know, see if it's for you. Don't hesitate. It's just like anything else, you know, you just got to put time into it
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and stay consistent. That's with anything. It's like going to the gym or, you know, even
That's
just getting
true.
your 9 to
Staying
5. If it's
consistent.
for
Very
you,
true.
you're all about it. You're going to be all about it. You know, you're
yeah.
going to feel it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty good
absolutely.
advice. I mean, there's probably a
Yeah.
lot of youngsters out there right now trying to come up and, you know,
Yeah.
what they do.
And you know what? There are some very young people that have
That's
made
what I mean.
success
Yeah.
out of real estate. So
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
can happen for anyone. Don't
Yeah.
make the same mistake I did and not get my real estate license.
You should have did it, man. Instead, you want to go on vacation, go to Mexico for like 2 weeks, and then go to Vegas
we're really
after
gonna go
that.
there?
I'm like, dang, dude, you got more money coming like crazy, bro. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, well,
I was
you
playing.
know, make sure to not be into real estate for the money.
Oh,
you're
because
just
sometimes-
gonna lose.
yeah, see, that's
No,
a good
you're
one.
gonna lose.
See,
No, you're gonna lose.
you're definitely gonna
Yeah.
lose something, right?
It's
Did you
not
lose a
about the
lot
money,
before?
you
That's
know?
good advice right there.
Yeah. Did you lose a lot before?
Lose what?
Money in real estate. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but the thing is like I lost money because I was out partying and getting surgeries and shit. I'm talking about you're gonna lose when you're thinking about being a realtor for money. That's not where it's at. You know? Yeah, you gotta be for the client. And you know what? Honestly, people are pretty smart. They're gonna see what kind of realtor that's just for the money. They'll know what's
Right.
up. Yeah.
I have one last question. Your tattoos. Is it a hobby of
Yeah.
yours?
Yeah,
Is it something
am
that
I-
you just...
Am I a tattoo collector? Yes. I
Okay.
love I love my tattoos, and like I said, you know, well, I haven't been tattooed by everybody I've sold the house to, but you know, I've collected some tattoos from some amazing artists, and I have a couple that I really want to get tattooed by.
You have a pretty
know,
cool
I
one
know.
on the back. on
I
your back.
know it's the Last Supper. Chente
Yeah.
Rios did that on me, and I wish I had a photo of it so I could show you guys. But I'm finishing up my back right now, so that's why I have it covered.
Okay.
So until I
Ah.
finish it, then I
and
could
do you
post
plan
it.
on doing
Yeah.
more?
Absolutely.
All
Yeah, absolutely.
and I bring that up because I was talking to a future guest, and she's tatted up
Yeah,
all the way
yeah.
through, and she was saying, you know, for people like her,
Mm-hmm.
she loves getting tattooed, and she says for us it's kind of like people who like to cut themselves. It's like being a cutter,
Oh.
but for her it was a sort of like saying it's like therapy when you get tattooed, when you get tatted.
They find it therapeutic, right?
Yeah, for her it's therapeutic.
Your
I'm
outlet?
just like,
Would you say that would be your
well,
outlet?
well,
like,
good for her.
ow.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
you know, I enjoy the artwork. Yeah,
art,
I
yeah.
enjoy the art. Yeah, absolutely. I enjoy the art. I enjoy, you know, the artists and how far they've come and their stories. You know, them being a client, or even some of them that even, you know, weren't my client, just the history and everything. So I'm really picky of who I get tattooed by, but I love it. I'm really proud of the artwork that I have, and I really respect all the artists that I've been tattooed by.
Yeah, but I mean, she does have some pretty cool tattoos.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no doubt.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Makes me look weak, and you don't
sure, I only
even-
have like 2, so it's all good.
Which
though.
is what I was telling her too, because she's like, yeah, I get tattoos, and I'm like, I want to get more, but I can't stand the pain of the needle.
I don't mind the pain. I just don't want them. It's so expensive. Those guys do really good work, and if you want quality, you're gonna have to pay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, straight up.
You know
So-
what? Honestly, don't hesitate to get a tattoo. Just use the numbing cream.
Nah, I mean, I don't mind the pain. I'm okay with the pain. You know, like actually okay with it, but you know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've gone to a couple. I have a friend that does 2 tattoos. Steve Rose, shout out Steve, and he's in Fontana.
Oh,
He has his
okay.
own studio out there. He's awesome.
Oh, nice.
My friend Brandon Bender, another studio guy, and
That's
I
right.
I don't know. He's actually tattooed when my dad passed. I have my dad's ribbon on me, like, you know, from
Oh,
cancer.
nice.
But
okay.
I don't know. I just don't like, I'm gonna go get a tattoo or whatever, you know. I don't know. You know, it just never crosses me that way all the time. I want to though. My
Yeah.
wife is like, she's tatted up like crazy,
Yeah.
but it's cool. Like I'm like, that's cool.
That's
I love it. You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know, there's still time. People get tattoos all the time, right? No matter how old they are. I dig it,
Right?
though. It's true. It's really true though.
Right,
But
yeah.
I know you had mentioned that you help artists.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
what way do you help these artists?
So-
Specifically tattoo artists, right?
Yeah, well, it just, whether they're blue collar, regular families, like, so anyways, just typical. We do FHA, we have conventional.
Okay.
So you do 3.5% down. FHA conventional is 5 to 10 depending. You want to make sure you have a great credit score. Yes, credit is everything, guys.
what do you call it great?
Right.
Like 700?
700, yeah, 700 is great.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
above 700, you're gonna get a good rate, and it's all about the rate too.
I'm 10 points away, bro.
So-
Damn. Look at me.
Honestly, I feel, hey, you're above a 680.
About to
that's
cash out of my
Still-
Bitcoin here, baby. Believe that.
I'm still
But
working
you
on
know,
mine.
there's other programs for the self-employed.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
whether you do a bank statement program or other programs out there, there is stuff for people who own businesses. You know, whether they own an S
Awesome.
corp or LLC. You know, whether they have done their taxes or not. There's some options out there.
And
Absolutely.
what would be the best way to get in contact with you so people can see those options or hear those options that you can give them?
You know, feel free to shoot me a DM. It's Punker Michelle on Instagram, or feel free to text me 909-660-0840.
Businesswoman,
go.
Yeah.
straight up. It's that simple.
Yeah, feel free to text me, and don't text me anything weird. Just, you know,
Yeah. Don't be a
Like,
bunch of
can we go out on a
weirdos.
date type of thing?
I know, man.
know?
Don't start coming in the DM all creepy, bro. What's wrong with you?
Hey, you know what? They're talking to themselves. It's all about business, you know.
That's right. That's right. I like
Make sure you
that.
text me. You heard the podcast and what the question's about, and I will get back to you.
Very
you go.
cool.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it. I
right.
mean, that's real as it's gonna get. You know, that's what if you're interested in getting something, like get at Michelle at Punker Michelle on Instagram.
That's
DM
right.
her. She already told you what not to do, so don't do it. And she just gave up her number too. So go ahead.
There's
and
still those
give her a
creeps that
text.
won't listen,
Oh,
but-
dude, of course, you know that. I'm just glad you're not one and I'm not one. So you know, that's weird. It's just weird. You know, but whatever. You know, but thanks, Michelle, for coming through. We really appreciate your time. We know that we always are appreciative because it takes to get a little energy to get over here because you have a busy day. We all have busy times, and come and sharing your story with us is pretty nice.
we
Absolutely.
appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys. I love the energy. I love that I met you guys yesterday. I feel like I've known you guys already.
Oh damn,
cool.
that's cool. We like
You
that.
know?
Like
and,
that. Feel
thank you for
comfortable in the
letting
room.
me share my story. Like I said, you overcome obstacles, and don't forget the goals you have. you know?
Like as we always say here, we have an open door policy to people, and we're like, all right, if you want to come back and ever promote something, or you have something new, maybe I don't know, you might write a book or something, or you might do a biography. I don't know. Come
Yeah.
through. Let us know.
Yeah.
We want to hear about it. You know,
I
We
love
always
Well, you
it.
talk
might
to-
want to gift us a house.
That's right.
That's true because we do
Hey,
like gifts, and Renee
Hey,
knows
we
that
need to-
too already.
We need to play the lotto. We need to play
I
the
know.
lotto.
I played it.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, oh, that's right. Before
I don't
we had
win
that-
anything, but
I never
yeah.
win a damn thing from
Hey,
that
if you
either,
win,
man.
there'll be signs.
Dude.
Yeah. Oh, you'll know. And he won't probably say
He's
anything to
gonna have
nobody.
the-
Like,
hey,
that gotta be
the
gone.
Maruchan, the Maruchan with the little lobster.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I'm gonna just say I won. Yeah.
Renee's bouncing.
Hey, at least Renee's honest. Like, I'm leaving. I don't even say anything.
What podcast?
I'll make the quiet exit. That's as real as it gets, man. And we really appreciate it. I'm Russ. This is Rojo. And I know That did you have a motivational quote?
I actually don't.
I know what I had one too, but then I already had put it down and I was looking for it and I totally missed it. But all I have is something for that might be for real estate, but I'm not sure if like it can relate because it's not even that good actually. Benjamin Franklin once said, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest."
Oh, nice.
That is a good one.
But that was Benjamin
Gain
Franklin.
knowledge.
Right. I mean, he, for him to say it's pretty simple and sweet, you know what I mean? But we
That's
always
right.
do the motivational quotes and we dig it. But that's a Benjamin Franklin quote right there.
That's right.
How about
What?
that, huh?
Falling asleep on me. What's up?
Wow, I'm not. I'm looking at
I mean,
All right, he's all Benjamin Franklin did what?
he's all, yeah, wait, he does, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. How about that? But thanks, guys, for everybody tuning in. We are Tapped In Media. Hit us up on YouTube, Tapped In Media, and then hit up Michelle at Punkin Michelle, and then our Instagram and our TikTok, tappedin_media.
And don't
Give us a
forget to
follow.
hit that
hit
like
some
and
likes,
subscribe.
hit some hearts, all the good stuff out there. You already know what it is. And if you have a story that you want to talk to us about, reach out, hit us up. We want to hear about it. And then Renee might shoot it down or he might approve it. We'll see from there. But thanks, everybody. He's rough on us. Take care of yourselves out there. Thank you.